Good evening, everyone. And so this is our super late series of webinars, and we are really stoked for this series of webinar. And today we have our CEO and founder with us, Shubhendu, and he is going to tell you about how to crack an off-campus job. So the market has been pretty different in these times, if you remember, right? Because if you go back in 2019, what the market was and what market is today, it has completely evolved from what things were being and what things were happening for past time. It's a new market out there, and Shubhendu and Skillenza being in the business for so long and being working for a hiring company. Sorry, we are here from one we are here for the 7 ways how to crack an off campus placement. Today we have Shubhendu with us. Shubhendu, I would be joining you in the same stream. Am I audible, Shubhendu?
Yeah, Prakash. Hi, guys.
You can say hi in the chat section. Let us know you're awake. So this is one of our very super late series of webinars. So just type in hi and let us know that you are here. And I guess the moment this video reaches to you, I guess there is a okay. We have Mahesh with us. We have Vanchika with us. Hey Mahesh. Hey Vanchika. Hey Vedishwar. So hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're ready for this. So we are here. Shubhendu is here to tell you how to crack an off placement job in a different market. What it was supposed to be. So over to you, Shubhendu. Uh, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Prakash. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining so late. I was always like this, working late nights, doing night outs, going for teas and 4 in the morning. So both of us, me and Prakash, decided that this could be a great way to talk to you guys because everybody would be free at this time after a day-long session, right? Be it classes, be it work at home, right? And since everybody is at home, 10 p.m. works like a night show, right? Like any 10 p.m. show. So that was the idea. I hope I would justify your time. Prakash, can I share my screen? Yeah, that's great. I guess everybody is able to see my screen, right? Please say in the chat. I think so. Okay, great. Okay, cool. So the topic today is 7 ways to land off-campus jobs in 2020. Yes, I know COVID has happened and everybody is struggling. People are thinking what will happen. Will they get jobs? Will they get internship? But don't worry, there are enough jobs in the market today. I guess you would have realized that things are picking up, companies are hiring, and in no time you will see companies hiring in large numbers. But given that, because things are still virtual, your classes are not happening, maybe some colleges are open, but you don't know if companies will come to your campus and actually hire you the way they have hired historically your seniors and your college friends, right? So how do we do that, right? Even if your college is also trying to get you in campus placements, right? On campus placements. There could be a lot of ways in which you can still reach out to companies and land an off-campus job on your own, right? And I guess this proactiveness, doing things on your own, is what a lot of companies like today, right? Even if they go to campuses, they do entertain people who engage with them offline on their own. So that's a great strategy. But before I begin the webinar, I would like to discuss something. I guess everybody today is facing this problem, right? We all are going through so many webinars, right? So many webinars that everybody is frustrated, including me, right? That's the problem. We can't meet in person. COVID is there. So how do we take care of it, right? How do we make it interesting? Obviously, webinar is the only way to talk to you guys virtually through these video conferences. But my point is always that why can't we make it interesting, right? The way we are looking for great content on in the market, great movies, great shows, great music. Why can't we make a webinar very interesting? So what I will do today is I will not share any slides. Okay, I hate slides. So what I feel is that slides are boring, right? Power presentations are boring. When you go to a lecture and you see a lot of like flashy presentations, images, bullet points, you feel like sleeping, right? So what we'll do to make this whatever webinar or conference or whatever you want to call it interesting, we'll play a game, right? This will be like Damshirats. I guess you guys would have played Damshirats, right? Please say yes if you have played it. I really like Damshirats, and I'm quite good at it. I hope all of you guys also play Damshirats. And if yes, please say yes on the chat. So it's very similar. We'll play Pixaras. This is a game that I have devised myself. I will show you images of movies, and you have to guess which movie it is in the chat, right? And then I'll let you know why I have put the movie there, right? And that's how we'll do the webinar. That's how I'll share the 7 strategies or methods or ways to get the job, right? So we'll do it in a fun way. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we will try to learn something by end of the webinar, right? So this is my first movie. Any guesses, guys? Any guesses about this movie? Great. Yeah, Dhanush is right. Uh, Absolutely right. Guru, yes, 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 yes. So now, why is it here, right? See, obviously, you guys are young. You are in your final year or you're fresh graduates. But one of the ways, right, which that's why I put it in the first, is obviously start on your own, right? I started on my own, not right after college, because that was in 2010. The ecosystem, startup ecosystem, was not ready back then. But I did it after 3 years of graduation. But today, people are starting companies from college, right? So Guru teaches a lot about entrepreneurship, how to become a founder, how to run a business. So that's my first way, right? First way, which is not for everybody, but still, I guess there are a lot of people who would like to become founders. It's a great time to become a founder, right? There are ideas you can do on education, online learning, fintech, right? Healthcare, right? These are all big concerns today in the market. And today it's a great time to start a company, right? There is enough interest from the investor community to do so. So that's my first way. You can pick it up if you want, and I would be happy to talk to you guys just in case you are looking to start a company. We have a great hackathon running on our platform. Vanshika, you should watch this movie. It's a great movie, one of the best of Abhishek Bachchan. So we are running an hackathon by Entrepreneur First, where they're looking for people who want to become founders. They will work with them. They will pay you small stipend while you are working on your idea full time. And once your idea matures, it becomes a product. They will also invest and take you forward, right? So look at our website. It's called Entrepreneur First Ideathon. That's a great activity or program to be part of it. Now, moving to the second one. This is, I guess, very easy guess. Dhanush, I'll come to your question at the end of the webinar. Yes, guys, you're right. Kung Fu Panda. So if you remember, right, Kung Fu Panda was not ready to become the Dragon Warrior. Obviously, he's a panda. How can he become a Dragon Warrior? It requires agility, right? Fast movements. You have to run so fast. But still, Kung Fu Panda managed to become the Dragon Warrior. That's the crux of the movie, right? how did it happen? It happened because he believed in himself, and second, he got a great mentor and great peers, right, in form of five, right, the famous five. So what happened was he became Dragon Warrior by accident. Master Shifu initially was not trying to train him. He was not very happy, but then somehow he believed in him also, and they started the training. And then he became the Dragon Warrior, and actually he defeated Tai Long, right? So that's the summary of the movie. If you guys have not watched it, please watch it. I love movies, so that's why I try to keep things fun and very light-hearted, and that's why I always use movies, right? So that's what we are doing. We are coming up with a program called Skilldojo, which is basically a 6 months boot camp that will start from January 2021. So we'll start the enrollments next week. Here, you can be part of the program. We'll take you through various concepts in data structure and algorithm. We will actually help you to learn all programming concepts, system design. We'll have great mentors like Master Shifu for you, who will make you ready for the industry. And since Skillenza has been working with large companies, startups, in order to help them to hire good developers, we will, by end of the program, will help you to get a dream job, right? So that's will make you the Dragon Warrior. And this is similar to some of the programs that are run by great companies like Scalar or Masai School. So it's a very similar program. I would request you to also go and check out other programs, and also uh, explore Skill Dojo. That's a great way today to be in the hiring pool, right? What happens is in any of these programs, be it Skill Dojo or other ones that I mentioned, you will have a chance to not only learn from the experts, but also on a weekly or on a monthly basis, you will get connected to a lot of hiring partners, right? Like I mentioned, even if companies are not going to college campuses because of COVID, they're still exploring, they're still hiring. We see a lot of action happening in companies today. And by end of these programs, companies would come and talk to you, right? So do explore all of these programs, whatever you feel is right for you based on where you are at your life, what kind of mentorship you need, what kind of companies you are aiming at. Do apply for one of these programs. This will really help you out in future, right? So that's another way to explore off-campus jobs, right? With a support system coming from the mentors and also from the company in terms of jobs and other opportunities, right? Now moving to the third one, right? So what happens is, obviously, like I mentioned, companies are hiring, so they do look at good people, right? So before I move to the third point, uh, what is this movie? Can anybody guess? Any guesses, guys? Prakash, am I audible?
Yes, Shubhendu, you are, but I guess this is a different movie. Generally, people have not seen. It's not
Oh, is it?
major,
Do you
super
know about
famous.
the movie? Yeah, do you know
Devil
about
Wears
the
a
movie?
Parada. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
classic.
yeah, Devil Wears Prada. Yes, exactly. So if you have not seen this movie, it's a great movie when you are looking for a job or for your career choices, right? And it's very fun. Meryl Streep is a great actress, along with obviously the usual ones, right? So basically, what happens is um, Anne Hathaway wants to become a writer, and she applies for a job position at the magazine where Meryl Streep is the editor, right? So now, one of the things that you should focus now is there are a lot of these companies who have their career websites well up and running. So look out for their career websites, right? Whether it's a large tech company or startups, they do maintain a good career page. They have probably a talent community also where they are looking at good people. So the way Anne Hathaway actually applied to an opening, and she was kind of looking around, right? So don't settle down. Don't think that the college will help you out. Be proactive and make a short list of companies that are good companies that might have come to your campus or to other campuses. It's very easy to find that list on most of the websites of the colleges. Make a list, go to their career pages, and do apply. Right nowadays, what has happened is all of these companies, like I mentioned, have a very professional career page. They have a applicant tracking system, and they do entertain applicants who directly apply to them. Right. And some of the companies, in fact, run only off-campus programs. They don't go to campuses, so their career page is quite active and quite efficient, right? So look out for career pages, look out for talent communities of these companies, and be very proactive the way Anne Hathaway did in the movie, right? If you see the movie, you'll understand a great way of reaching out to somebody in a cold way, but still getting the job and still performing well, right? So that's the you can say summary of the story, that look out for opportunities on the career page, right? That's one strategy for you. Moving to the next strategy. Any guesses? I guess this should be easy, right, Prakash? This is like the popular one now.
This is something they can do. I guess this has just boomed uh, because because everyone in my family watched. So I have a range of people from 18 to 60-year-old people. Everybody has watched this. Yeah. So
That's good to know, man.
this
Yeah.
is gonna be easy, I guess.
Yeah, people have started guessing it. Yes, exactly. So if you remember in the first episode, what happened, right? This guy wanted the job, right? So what he started was, he was like almost stalking the owner of the brokering agency, right? So that's what you need to do, not to stalk people, but it's a very good hack. It's a good strategy. That's how I got my first job. Is that if you're looking at, right, obviously when you want to segment the kind of companies you can work as a fresh graduate, there are almost, you can say, very clear cut four segments, right? First one is what we call as product companies who have their India Development Center, the Googles of the world, right? Google, Facebook, Amazon, Intuit, Samsung. These are all product companies who have their Indian arms, Indian Development Center, and they are looking for fresh graduates, right? There is another category which are captives, like banks, like Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Society Generale, right? These are companies who are basically from traditional industries, but they invest heavily in technology, and they have the technology divisions or arms, what we call them as captives in India, right? Most of them are in actually Bangalore or probably in Gurgaon. So that's another category. Those some of you guys must have known about it. Then the third category is your product development companies, where basically engineering solution, product outsource, product development companies like Infosys of the world, right? Accenture, Infosys, ThoughtWorks. So these are your what we term as mass recruiters, or people who go and hire fresh graduates in a large number, right? But there's another fourth category I wanted to make you aware of. These are all startups, right? Fast growing startups like Danzo, Rapido, Udan, Dream 11, unicorns, large startups like Paytm, Ola, Flipkart, which got acquired by Walmart, right? Some of these companies did not exist 5, 6, or 10 years back, but they have become great recruiters. They recruit high quality talent, and also they are good pay masters, right? And it's a great place to start your career. So if you are looking at very challenging work, obviously all the three companies that I mentioned do give you that environment, but startups have their own flavor, right? It's a different flavor, it's a different world. But if you love to innovate, if you love challenges, if you love speed, right, and growth, startups are a great place. And now what happens is some of the like the career pages hack that I mentioned is applicable to a lot of large companies. Like I mentioned, they have a very structured program, they have career pages, they have talent communities, they have an applicant tracking system. But in case of startups, the founders are quite active. So if you have, let's say, tracked what's happening on Twitter, you will see that a lot of these founders, Series A or Series B, who have raised, let's say, a few $1 million to 50, $60 million, they are all active on Twitter and LinkedIn, right? So you don't need to stalk them. the way Harshad did in for his first job. But you need to be active on these platforms, and you can always see what are they posting, right? Some of these founders will post that, hey, we have raised money, we are looking for smart engineers, uh, please apply, right? You can directly talk to them, you can follow them. They, some of these guys also do webinars and attend events, right? So be very active on Twitter and LinkedIn, make a great LinkedIn profile, and apply and talk to these founders, right? You can directly message them, and some of these founders are very, like I said, very active and very responsive also, right? So when they see a very smart person applying, they will surely talk to that person, right? And they will, you can say, entertain that person, explore if that person is hireable, and then move it forward in the recruitment process, right? So that's a great hack. Not a lot of people do that. I've seen very less people using it properly, right? Instead of going and replying to a comment, do reach out to a founder on Twitter or LinkedIn with a warm message, right? So that's a very important one. Don't creep that person out. So write a very nice cover letter, like, why do you think uh, the company is great, and why do you think you are a great fit, right? So don't do a cookie cutter cover letter and apply to everybody, right? Do customize it. So when you apply to a company A, understand what they're doing in the business, talk to the founder, understand what the founder has done, and why do you think it's a great place, right? So when you customize your pitch, the founders will listen to you. And like I mentioned, founders are always hiring, right? And if you ask any of the founders, including me, hiring is the biggest pain in the ass, right? Even if we raise money, we are not, if you're not able to hire the right and smart person in the team, we'll not be able to scale the company, right? So at the end of the day, hiring is a big pain. So founders are very active on LinkedIn and Twitter. Create a great profile, write a customized cover letter, and apply judiciously to some of these good companies, and do, and like I said, they will follow the process and help you out, right? So that's a great hack. I got my first job back in 2010 through that, because I had created that profile, and one of the founders approached me. We spoke, and we really liked each other, and I got my first job. That was in US. So some of these founders, whether global founders or Indian founders, they're all active on these platforms. Do leverage it. Now, another movie, another point. Can you guys guess it? I think it's easy. Any guesses, guys? Prakash, this should be easy, right?
I, I guess we have a very studious Janta with us. They
Do you
haven't,
guys don't watch movies or what?
because they were only able to tell the very famous ones. Um,
This is also famous, but
oh,
this is only a scene, right? So I have picked up a
Gaurav
scene from
told
the
us.
movie.
Gaurav told us. He,
Yes, Gaurav, you're right. I think Gaurav watches a lot of movies. Good man. Yeah, so this is from movie Social Network. Gaurav, can you tell me what is happening in this scene? What's exactly happening? Yes, tell me. Yes, but exactly what is happening now? Yes, they're actually fighting for internships. Yes, true. They were hiring interns. Yes, yes. Facebook. So basically, guys, this is from the movie Social Network. Gaurav guessed it right. And what was happening was, Facebook was hiring their first interns to work on the product. This was back in 2004, and there was a hackathon going on. Gaurav is right; they were coding. So they were actually doing a hackathon, and they were drinking and coding. Right? So you can see they were doing tequila shots, and uh, they were coding, and then again taking tequila shots, and again coding. So basically, they were trying to compete in the hackathon, and whoever wins got an internship in Facebook. And this was like the early days of Facebook. What would have happened to those people, right? When they would have stayed in Facebook and they have kind of got the stock options. Facebook is what Facebook today, right? You guys know about it. So what it shows is basically do participate in hackathons. Obviously, this was a movie. Not any hackathons have tequila shots, but yes, there is a lot of fun. There is a lot of coding, and there is a lot of competition, right? So if you guys know, we are one of the most popular platforms for hackathons. There are other platforms to go there, but hackathons are a great way to show your talent. There was a question by, I think, Dhanush, and I guess Dhanush, you asked about importance of CG because you have a low CG. Does not matter nowadays. In fact, some of the large companies like Google and I guess Microsoft, they are shying away from college degrees. They're happy to hire people who have the right skills, not the degrees, not the CGPA. So people coming from different backgrounds, uh, hackathon is a great place to showcase your talent, right? So it's a very neutral place. It's a very unbiased platform. You come, you code, you build a product, you build a solution, and people judge you based on your performance, not based on your degree or your college brand or your CGPA, right? In fact, if there are female engineers in our audience today, we have a great hackathon going on a platform by Palo Alto where they're looking for female engineers, women engineers, final year students who can become part of their internship program, which will then get converted to a full-time job, right? And they are looking at wide range of colleges. So do attend it if you are looking for full-time roles. And like I mentioned, that's why hackathons have become popular because hackathons are a neutral platform, right? Hackathons are there to do an unbiased judging on people, right? And like I mentioned, there are other platforms. There's Skillenza. Go and subscribe to those platforms. Do attend hackathons. You can practice a lot of hackathons by going through previous themes, building products, right? Uh, so that's a another great way. And I have seen through our hackathons people getting great opportunities, people coming from humble backgrounds getting great salaries through the hackathons, right? So do attend hackathons. Don't think that even if you don't win the hackathon, there is no chance ahead. Do keep trying, right? I have seen people improving over hackathons and cracking on the fourth or fifth hackathon and actually becoming a great developer, right? So keep trying it. That's the basically one motto, right, that we all should have, is that we have to try, right? And I can, you can say that, yeah, this is a very common gyan that everybody gives, but there is no, you can say, second method, right? You have to try, right? There is that's how people have improved. That's how people have become great. So that is what you should do when you're looking at hackathons. Don't feel down if you don't win a few ones. Keep trying it. We've seen it across 5 years that people do perform after fourth or fifth hackathon and win great jobs and internships. That brings me to the next one, right? Any guesses? I have just put the name. I think it's quite simple. Have you guys seen this movie? So this is about almost like, I think 70-year-old. Yes, Prakash, can you share the link on the chat? I guess the hackathon is live, right? If not, we'll drop an email. If the hackathon is not live yet, it was in, you can say, almost being cooked in the labs to get ready.
I'll share the link in the chat, and you could get it on Skillenza's Discord channel as well. So
Yeah.
either ways.
Great. Okay, thank you, Prakash. So this movie, if you guys have seen, Robert De Niro was a retired person who was almost, I guess, 70-year-old, and Anne Hathaway was a founder running an e-commerce company, and they were looking at interns, so they thought, let's hire senior citizens to become interns, right? And one of the condition was that if you perform well, you get a job, right? Full-time role in the company. So I think that's a great way, right? Like I mentioned, there is a hackathon going on with Palo Alto Networks, which is actually a hackathon, then internship, then a job, right? So it's combination of two things. So try to look at some of the internship opportunities that companies are posting today. And as I mentioned, if you are pitching to a founder on LinkedIn or Twitter, you can always say, hey, I'm in final year, I have 3-4 months to graduate or 6 months to graduate. Can we do one thing? Can I start working with you as an intern or as a freelancer? Can I build something for you? And if you're confident, then we'll talk about a full-time role, right? So that's the hustle that you have to do. Like I mentioned, you have to keep trying, you have to keep hustling. And internships are a great way to understand a company's culture, work culture, what are they doing, what are problems they're solving. The company will also understand you, and the relationship will be quite strong after that, right? And in fact, if you ask me, Prakash went through the same program, right? When we hire fresh graduates, we do the same. We always get them as interns, we work with them very closely, we train them, and based on how they perform, we do give them a final opportunity, right? And I think that's a great way to talk to a talent, understand a talent, even if they're coming from a very humble background, let's say lesser known brands, or like Dhanush mentioned, lower CGPA. So when I see somebody working, I don't care about their CGPA anymore, right? See, CGPA, brands, college pedigree, degree, which brand, IIT, non-IIT, these are all signals that companies like us or larger brands use because of the lack of a yardstick, lack of a method to hire. But nowadays, there are a lot of different ways to hire also. The way I mentioned about 7 ways to get a job, there are a lot of ways for companies to also hire, right? Hackathons, internship programs. These are methods, new methods where companies are also exploring. They're saying, hey, previously 10 years back, we will just put a job post, do interviews and hire a person. But now I can take somebody for a 6-month internship. I can do a freelancing project with them, right? I can do a 1-week trial with them. So there are a lot of companies who do 1-week trials, right? They will pay you for a week. You will work with them part-time. And if they like you, you like them, you end up getting the job, right? So these are new methods, how companies are hiring. And similarly for you guys, these are new methods, how you can crack some of these jobs, right? So like I mentioned, do hustle. Go for internship programs. We do post some of these internship programs with great brands. There are other, like I mentioned, there are other platforms always there where you can go and explore some of these opportunities. But do apply for internships. But yes, there is a thumb rule for internship. Since you guys, I guess most of the guys, Prakash, should be in the final year, right? To the audience because they are interested for jobs. The first thumb rule is that don't go for an internship which does not pay you stipend, right? That is the thumb rule. You have to go for an internship that pays you a simple minimum stipend, right? I will not give a number. You guys are smart. You can justify your time. But there has to be a minimum stipend, right? The company has to value your time, and you also have to learn to value your time. So, and since you will be doing something meaningful for the company, be it developing a marketing plan, designing something, writing code, right, doing some sales work, does not matter, right? If you're going for an internship, there has to be a stipend. The range could be anything, but the company has to give you value, right? That value comes in form of a monetary exchange, right? As it could be low, but not very low. But there is a number which I think you should understand your value and you should pitch for it, right? So don't go for internship which say that we will you'll work full time as an intern, right? 40 hours a day, a week, and you will get no stipend because you are getting experience, right? These are programs that you should not apply, right? But and do mind it, right? Internships are very different from a lot of the college ambassador programs that companies run, right? Those are programs where you spend probably like 30 minutes or 40 minutes a week or a month to help a company do influencer marketing, right? That is very different. So understand that internship is a very formal program where you will get inducted, just like Robert De Niro got inducted. He got a laptop, he got a company email ID, he was assigned an office space, a desk, and he had colleagues, right? And he had Anne Hathaway as the boss where he was reporting, and he did an amazing job, kick-ass job. So go and watch the movie. You will feel great about working in a startup. It also shows how to work in a startup. So it's a combination of 2, 3 great concepts that I mentioned, right? Thumb rule one: go for an internship which has stipend. Thumb rule two: do explore a longer internship, right? I have seen some students mailing us saying that, hey, can I do a 1 month internship? That does not help. Can I do a part-time internship, like few hours a week? So that is not an internship. That's like a freelancing work. Obviously, you will get paid for that. You learn something, but go for a more structured program. Try to manage at least 20 to 30 hours a week, right? Even if not 40 hours, at least 20 hours a week where you will actually get learn, right? And third, ask for a project which is meaningful to the company, and that's how they will pay you actually, right? So if they give you skunk work, they'll say, okay, let's do something random work. You'll understand that this work is of no importance, right? So go be very straightforward, be forthcoming, and say, hey, this internship will be very useful for me. It will become part of my resume, my career. This will help me to get my first job. Give me work which is meaningful, which is important to you, right? And like I said, some of these startups are a great place to also start your career with internship, because most of these startups will have some side projects which they might convert it into a full blown product or offering if you really make it happen, right? So look out for these opportunities. Look out on Skillenza, look out on platforms like Internshala. I think there are new platforms coming up. Do that. But before you go there, obviously work on your resume, work on your LinkedIn profile, do great projects on your own, right? Learn something new through our programs, through Skilldojo programs, or through YouTube. Does not matter, right? As long as you're learning, that is what matters. And be great at conversations, right? Write good cover letters, write good emails. Very important. Otherwise, all of these methods will fail, because these are off campus strategies. These are strategies where the company is kind of expecting you to be more proactive, expecting you to be forthcoming and approach them. In that case, what happens is that if you approach them in a wrong way, then I think your chances become very less, right? So that's why work on your resume, LinkedIn profile, projects, skills, and then your communication strategy, right? If you work on all of these things, there will be a great chance that you will end up getting your first job out of these 7 methods, right? So that will be all from my side. There is another method that I wanted to share, but can anybody guess this movie? Prakash, this should be easy, man. This is like from this generation, I guess.
Small delay, like for example, when we do it on StreamYard, we just get a 3 to 4 second delay.
I know.
Okay.
It's not Black Panther.
Holy shit.
Come on. It's not Black Panther. Nope. These guys don't watch movies, Prakash. I think these guys know what was the saying? All work, no play, makes Jack a dull boy. Something like that.
I I think I'm not. I don't know the saying very well, but come on, guys, you got this.
Okay, I'll spill the beans. So this is Civil War. So if you remember Civil War, these guys had no choice, right? Captain America and Falcon, they had to build a new team, right? And this is the scene where Falcon mentions that I have the right guy for the job, right? And he actually refers or introduces Ant-Man. So if you remember this scene, you can actually go back and see the movie. So Ant-Man was referred by Falcon to the Team Avenger, right? So that's the last strategy. It still works, right? Employee referrals, that's the seventh strategy. Employee referrals also work very well. The way you can talk to a founder when it comes to startups through LinkedIn or Twitter, you can also talk to employees of large companies. Some of these large companies, product companies, captives run employee referral programs. So if they're looking for great talent, they talk to their employees and they ask them to refer people, right? And that's where LinkedIn becomes very handy. You can look at, let's say you are looking to apply for Amazon, so you can look at Amazon employees list on LinkedIn. You can reach out to them very professionally, very politely, and say, hey, I'm mention your profile, say that I saw that Amazon is looking to hire fresh graduates, or Amazon is looking to hire young graduates, and I want to apply. But if I go through employee referral, uh, it'll be a great way, right? And do mention about yourself. The way you will pitch to a recruiter, do pitch to that employee, saying that why you think you are great, right? And why do you think you are a great fit for that company? So give confidence to that employee, and so that he or she can refer you to the company, and that's how you will see that a good way of people are getting hired today, right? As COVID has happened, since companies are not traveling to campuses, they are looking at their immediate network, right, their employees network to hire. And that's a great way to also hire good talent, because the employees, when they're suggesting, they've also done a first level of screening, right? So that's another way. Do work on it. But as I mentioned, all of these strategies will not work if you don't have a great LinkedIn profile or a Twitter profile, if you don't have good communication strategy, right? And also you need to work on your resume. So these are sessions that we will obviously take in future, where we will talk about how to build a great resume, what are the LinkedIn hacks that you should apply to get a job. So we'll talk about it. I don't want to take a lot of time today. I just wanted to, you can say, touch all the 7 points. But yes, if you like the session, we'll have more of these sessions where we'll talk in deeper, right? How do you crack hackathons? What are the new skills to learn? So we'll do this series of webinars. Obviously, we'll do late night if this time works for you guys, and we'll share information on how to do these things, right? So as I mentioned, do work on employee referrals. Be active on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a great place today, and also Twitter when it comes to if you're looking at engaging with startups and founders, right? So I think that will be all from my side. I guess you are feeling like this. Prakash, what do you think? Are people feeling like this?
I hope they are. I hope they are.
Guys, are you feeling like this? Please say yes or no. I mean, I will not mind if you did not like the webinar.
After this, they start studying. I guess they are pumped.
Yeah,
Okay, yes, we have people are replying to this. Yes, they are feeling pumped.
good man. Good guys. So I think that's the, like I promised, no nonsense, no bullshit, very simple 7 strategies, right? And I hope it will at least leave a long lasting impression, because that's what I've understood. If you make things boring, you will start yawning and you will say, hey, what is this guy talking about, right? But if you go and watch all of these movies, you will see that there was something related, right? What I was talking about. Yeah, we can have more webinars like this. If you like the format, this is how we will do. We'll talk about serious things in a fun way, because that's how I have learned, and that's how I think learning should be fun, right? Not boring, not strenuous. You should not hate the class or the webinar by end of it, right? Because that's the idea of learning, right? It has to be fun. What if you remember? I love movies, like I mentioned earlier, right? This let's see if people can guess this movie, right? There was a movie where there was a quote, "घास काटो लेकिन अच्छी घास काटो," right? Can you guys guess this movie? Let's see if people can guess this movie. I don't think people will be able to. But yes, so that's my theory that when you're doing something, make it fun, right? Enjoy it. That's why I like to do webinars like this. So we'll keep doing this. Prakash, we can take questions if people have any of the hacks that you want to do a deep dive, anything related to jobs, internship. Happy to answer, guys. Let me know.
Guys, we have Shubhendu with us, and it's a great time to ask questions which you really want Shubhendu to ponder upon.
I think Dhanush, I hope I was able to answer your question. If not, do ping me on LinkedIn, like I mentioned. I'll obviously help you out. Guys, any more questions?
If you have something, if you have been facing a problem, or if there is something you have a doubt with things, you can just type it out in the chat section, and Shubhendu will help you get it resolved, guys. I guess they got so pumped that they started studying. So yeah.
Or they started now they just started opening up LinkedIn and started pinging
Yes,
founders. Amazing.
exactly.
Yeah, that's good, man. Okay, cool. I think people don't have questions, so that's a good achievement for me that I have made everybody understand what I wanted to do at the beginning of the webinar, right? Cool then.
So I guess this would be the conclusion for it. Thank you so much, Shubhendu, for joining us, and thank you so much for joining at a different time. And thank you guys for joining. And I hope you understood and you learned from Shubhendu's perspective. And I hope that you use this information in a better manner. And we really hope you get placed as soon as possible. Or if you don't, we also have Skilldojo with us to help you. If you are facing problems, you can just come on Skillenza's YouTube channel and you can see we have created such content which is helpful for people who are looking for jobs, and we are running activities which are for people who are or who are looking for jobs. So keep working, keep hustling. Thank you so much, Shubhendu, for joining in. It was an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thanks, Prakash, for arranging this. I think this timing was a good suggestion. Guys, do attend our webinars. Do talk to us. Feel free to ping any of us whenever you have any questions or you face any issues. Okay, then. Great. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much,
Bye,
Shubhendu.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Have fun. Be safe.